Previously on Nora J's Nook, I showed you how I made this beautiful wall decor using some broken mirrors lying around from my previous project. If you haven't watched this video yet, make sure to check it out right after this video. For today's video, Showreel. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. So for today's DIY, we're going to get straight into it. But first, if you're new to this channel, I would love it if you can hit that subscribe button and join my Nook family. For my returning subscribers, thank you for coming back. Okay, so like I said at the start of this video, we're going straight into it. I'll be showing you 6 table mat DIYs using hot glue from the Dollar Tree. So these mats are actually on Amazon, and I thought it would be fun to actually try remaking this using hot glue. So today's DIY, I would not be doing a lot of talking. I would just like to watch how I do this. And if this interests you, you can go ahead and try it. I would love to see what you make, so you can actually send that to me on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is right below this video. All right, so let's get to it. It is quite interesting what we can actually make using hot glue. So for this DIYs, I'm actually using parchment paper. For those of you who want to try this, you may want to use parchment paper for this because it's easy for you to pick up anything that you do with hot glue from parchment paper. However, underneath the parchment paper, what you do see in the light blue color is a silicone mat. Silicone mat is just like parchment paper. It is perfect when you're working with hot glue, and you're actually able to pick up anything hot glue from the surface easily. So for this one, I'm using parchment paper because I had to draw a circle, and for some reason I'm not able to actually use pencil on the silicone mat. That is why we're using parchment paper. As we continue with the other videos, you will see in another place where I will be using the silicone mat just to show you what it looks like using this alongside hot glue. Also, I would love to get your thoughts about each one of these mats. I'll be doing 6 today, technically 7. At the end of this video, I would love to get your thoughts on which one of them is your favorite. So you see how easy that comes off. So this is our dupe for the first one, which actually sells on Amazon. I think it sells for $26 for 5 of these mats. So with my hot glue, I basically just used a couple of sticks from 1 pack of hot glue, which is $1.25. So yeah, that is actually saving. So next, I'll be spray painting it using my Rust-Oleum Gold spray paint, and then this is what it looks like. What do you think? So I would love to get your thoughts about this DIY. You can see theirs and ours pretty much similar, and I love how this turned out. I'm going to go ahead and adorn this mat like you would do every other mat, and then you can be the judge. So please do let me know in the comment section below. In case you're wondering, no, hot plate does not mess up your hot glue mat, okay? It takes a lot for hot glue to actually melt, so putting a hot plate on top of a hot glue mat doesn't do anything to it. Same way a hot plate doesn't mess up plastic mats. Now for DIY number 2, this is what it looks like. However, because my hot glue actually comes out pretty thick, I decided to have a spin on this, which I actually really love the final outcome. So just stick with me and see how this turns out. So for this one, the circle there is just to guide me for the size that I'm looking to go with, because I started in the center, so it doesn't really matter if you do a circle or not. You can just keep going and make it as large as you want it to be. So like I had promised you guys, as you can see, I'm currently using the silicone mat for this directly. I will have the link to where you can purchase the silicone mat in the description box below, and also you will find this on my Amazon storefront. I find the silicone mat very easy to use compared to the parchment paper, only because it doesn't fold over like the parchment paper does, but that is an easy problem to handle. Okay, so because I'm using my hot glue for this, and you have to make sure every string is actually attached to each other for it to hold properly, I decided to go ahead to add some more strings in between the gaps. As you can see, this is going to make the mat even more sturdier and stronger. So this part in the middle, I'm doing it way lightly than I did the actual frames, the leaf frames that I did previously, so that the design still shows pretty much without it melting or molding into one, if you get what I mean. In order for me to be able to get or achieve this look, I had to wait for the first layer to actually dry properly before I went ahead to fill in the holes in between. This way it doesn't get solidified or gets melted all together and form like one solid blob. Okay, so that is why it was able to come out looking like this. I love how this turned out. What do you think? So next I went ahead to do a little side coaster, also using hot glue, and I had to draw this out on the parchment paper. Again, potato, so you could use the silicone mat or you could use parchment paper. Using parchment paper because I actually wanted to draw out the flower, but I cannot do so on the silicone mat. Okay, so once I had all the frame of the flower all traced out, which looks pretty much like a lily, I decided to go ahead and fill in the middle parts once the main frame area is all dried up. Alright, so this is what it looks like before I went ahead to spray paint it. I love how this turned out. It was simple, nice, just really pretty. So I went ahead to spray paint this gold as well. Trust me, I have some silver coming up as well, so stick with me. And this is what it looks like. I love how this turned out. Personally, I'd say this is my favorite, but I don't want you to choose this as your favorite because I said so, okay? So do let me know in the comment section which of the 6 table mats was your favorite. I would love to know. And this is what it looks like with your plates and fork and knives and spoon and glasses all set. I really love how this turned out, and I feel like I'm going to be doing 5 more so that I can have an entire set for my dining. Now on to our next table mat. Okay, so for the next one, as you can see, I already have a ready-made circle. This was made on the parchment paper simply because, once again, I cannot draw on the silicone mat. So I did that on the parchment paper and then I transferred this onto the silicone mat. And here we're doing a different design. This is actually me just freestyling, and I think I might have seen this somewhere. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm just drawing this offhand. So this would be like one of the simplest ones that I made, and also one of my favorites as well. I loved how it turned out. Once again, so because this hot glue and it's on silicone mat, it kind of dries off pretty quickly. So you may want to work pretty fast depending on the kind of design that you're doing. Sometimes you may have to let the design dry up before you add another layer. Other times you may have to do so faster, so they actually would form better, like do it faster so it doesn't get hard before you can actually complete your design. So it depends. And this is what it looks like before I went ahead to spray paint it. Just a regular net, and I was spray painting this silver. Alright, so this is what it looks like after it was spray painted. What do you think? Once again, I love how this turned out, but I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, that will bring us to that point of the video. If you've watched right up to this point, I would love it if you can comment table mat in the comment section below and show your girl some love. Thank you. Alright, so on to our next DIY mat. Okay, so for the DIY mat number 4, this I also saw on Amazon, and I really liked the shape of this leaf form mat. So I will be hand sketching this on my parchment paper, and then I will go ahead to transfer it over or not onto the silicone mat. So just watch as I do this. If you're not able to do this by hand, you can easily print out templates from online. I'm pretty sure there will be tons of this on Google, different types, if I may add, and then use that to actually trace that on your parchment paper. Okay? Alright, so once I was satisfied with how that looked, I decided to leave it as is on the parchment paper, and then I went ahead to do the design with my hot glue on the parchment paper as well. Just watch as I complete this. Once again, this one very similar to the previous one. I do the frames first and I let it to dry before I went ahead to do the center part where I will be doing a lighter design or lighter print using my hot glue. This way, the veins of the leaves is still very visible even after I have it spray painted. Alright, so this was also one of my favorites. So finally, I really did not have a favorite, but I did love how this turned out. So once I had this all done, I will go ahead and also spray paint this. You guessed which color I'll be spray painting this one? Of course, you guessed it. I'll be spray painting this one gold as well, just so it matches the design that we are actually duplicating. Okay, so yes, I used my Rust-Oleum spray paint, metallic spray paint to spray paint it, and this is what it looked like afterwards. Please do let me know in the comment section once again what you think about these DIY mats using hot glue. For this, I decided to adorn the mat using some flowers in flower vase and my scented candles. You could also use this as a table mat. That will work just as fine. Alright, so we're going to be going on to our next DIY mat. Please do let me know in the comment section which of these is your absolute favorite. I would like to know. Alright, so this is another one that I was just basically freestyling as well. It's more or less a spiral mat. So I just did a spiral as large as it could be, the same size as the previous round mats that we just did. And then I will go ahead to add some more designs over it. Just watch as I do this. Alright, so that once I had like the whole frame laid out, I continued to double in and add more spirals around and around, just so each line actually touches one another. If not, it's gonna fall apart when you try to pull it up. All right, so once I was satisfied with how this looked, I will go ahead and start drawing some lines from inside out to form like a foundation or frame to hold the mat together. That will be only once I was done with this part, so I'm still going around in circles here. And then my camera actually failed me at some point, so by the time I realized it wasn't filming, I'd already done a couple of strokes already. So this is basically the additional layer that I am currently doing. Thank goodness I was able to catch that it was a recording and went ahead to hit record again. This was after a call I received, so pardon me there. Alright, so this is what this looks like. Once I was done with that, I went ahead to spray paint this one silver, and this is what it looked like after it was spray painted. This to me looks like a typical table mat. I love how it turned out, and I love the fact that if you're not told, you will actually think it's the regular plastic mat. Of course it's plastic, it's hot glue, but yeah. So do let me know in the comment section what you think about these mats. I would love to know your thoughts. Meanwhile, let's carry on to our last and final mat, table number 6. Okay, so Valentine's Day has passed. Yes, I know, but love is forever. So we'll be doing a heart-shaped mat. And this is inspired by a heart mat that I had seen at the Dollar Tree sometime during the Valentine's period in February. So I'll be trying something similar this time around using hot glue. Okay, so once I had my frame set out, I moved it onto the silicone mat and then decided to start doing little circles around the heart-shaped mat. This one is pretty easy, and these DIYs you can do them by yourself, or you could do them as a holiday craft time with your kids, grandkids, you name it. It is fun, and of course I know most of us can afford regular table mats, but if you're someone that like to make something extra for yourself or like to have unique items, you can go ahead and do it yourself for less using hot glue sticks from the Dollar Tree. I will also have links to where you can get the hot glue gun as well as the hot glue sticks in the description box below. Alright, so this is pretty much a heart net shape table mat. So I loved how this turned out. And once I'll be done with this, we'll go ahead and spray paint it like we did the others. Keep in mind that although I used gold and silver spray paint to do this, you can use whatever color to make to spray paint your table mat. And this is our final look. So I'll go ahead to spray paint this. I'll be using silver for this one as well, Rust-Oleum silver spray paint, and this is what it looks like. Alrighty, I love how this turned out as well, and please do let me know in the comment section which of these mats was your favorite. Table mat number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I would love to know. Okay, so with that said, this is basically all I had planned for you guys today. I wanted to keep going, but I did not want to make this video longer than it already is. And I really do hope that you enjoyed these DIYs. So this is all 6 of them. A quick recap. You can use whatever color spray paint you want to use. And also do not forget to like this video if you did enjoy it, and also do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss a thing. In the meantime, always remember to be your fun self no matter what life throws at you. Thank you for watching and have a great day.